when our local government fails to do so. We can do that by making our voices heard. Contact radio and television stations and print media. Write letters and call anyone you think could help. Tell all your friends to look at the Facebook accounts of Pravin and Molly and Archangels. Call the state and federal congressperson or write to them or senator, the FBI, and the United States Attorney in Washington, D.C. But do not call the U.S. Attorney for the Southern District of Illinois. He and Carr are good friends, and he never even returned Lovely Variegase's call as he told her he would more than 6 months ago. Another gem. Birds of a feather. People who may be called, here's a really novel idea. People who may be called upon to be on jury duty in Jackson County, Illinois, can also make a statement. Before a trial, prospective jurors are questioned by the judge and their attorneys to determine if any juror is biased and cannot deal with the issues fairly. You must tell the truth during that process. If you honestly believe the state's attorney Carr may be unethical or may be dishonest or may lie to cover up the truth in order to obtain a conviction, then you must tell the judge that you are biased and cannot reach a decision in behalf of the state of Illinois or Jackson County. That carries down to cases prosecuted by Carr's assistant state's attorneys also. Tell the judge that you would gladly sit on a jury that doesn't involve the state or the county. That would effectively shut down the state's attorney's office and send a message that is loud and clear. And here's my message for Governor Bruce Rauner. In my opinion, there is overwhelming evidence that Jackson County State's Attorney Carr is unethical, is dishonest, is a liar, and is a criminal. Put me to the test. Carr's conduct has significantly reduced the credibility of the criminal justice system in Illinois. Upon request, Archangels of Justice will gladly present the proof of those allegations to a special prosecutor from your office. We will not provide any information to State Attorney General Lisa Madigan or anybody working under her office, as Carr is one of her political supporters, and she could be a witness against him because he just submitted false communications to her office. He lied to her. At the top of your own governor's website for everyone to plainly see is the following statement, and I quote, Article 5, Section 8 of the Illinois State Constitution clearly says, the governor shall have the supreme executive power and shall be responsible for the faithful execution of the laws. The purpose of the office is to ensure proper execution of the laws in Illinois. That's what it says at the very top of your website, Governor. And now all eyes are upon you, especially those people in Illinois that supported you for election, believing that you would cause change for the better. So in our opinion, here's what you must do. Number one, appoint a special prosecutor who has no connection to Carr or the State Attorney General or anyone involved to review any and all evidence concerning State's Attorney Carr's alleged criminal conduct. Number two, pending an honest and fair assessment of his misconduct, commence an action to suspend Carr from office. Number three, once the allegations are proven, and they will be, seek an indictment against Carr. Number four, then, if necessary, initiate an impeachment proceeding to permanently remove Carr from office. Thank you very much.
Yeah.
I'm Sal Rastrelli. I'm the other Archangel of Justice. You've heard from the family attorney, and from Ira, my counterpart. Obviously, I can't repeat everything they all said, so I'm going to try to summarize this very quickly. As Ira had said, we have 82 years of experience in the criminal justice system between us at all levels of investigation, from city levels to federal. We've seen this kind of misconduct all around the country. Carbondale Police Department, Illinois State Police, and your state attorney, Mike Carr, owe these families an apology for the way they've treated them, the way they've treated their loved ones, the way they've assassinated the characters of the whole family, not just the loved ones. These people are doing a job to protect themselves, and that's all there is to it. And I stand here not because of just these two families, Ira and I, since we started Archangels of Justice a little over a year ago, we started because we were investigating a few, what we called at the time, minor incidents of police misconduct. And by virtue of that beginning, we started a Facebook page that grew to such a large degree based on families reaching out to us, that we have now over 160 cases that we're reviewing. And out of those cases, about 40 that I've looked at personally, my field of endeavor was investigations and forensics. And when I see police agencies not conducting a proper investigation and securing a crime scene and giving the families, like the Varghese family, an excuse that, oh, well, it was private property, we couldn't set up a crime scene. I say, well, never heard of an open field doctrine? We found a body of a 20-year-old person that's badly beaten and bruised. When I saw the pictures of Pravin from the second autopsy, I was aghast. I said, how can any professional not see that he was beaten? That's a lie. That pathologist that they hired and your coroner in this area are both liars. They're doctors. You can't tell these people are beaten? The bruises on Pravin's head are so pronounced, he's disfigured. And the same with the defensive wound on his arm. I've seen thousands of deaths over my 25 years in law enforcement, and as a crime scene investigator, I can't tell you how many beating deaths I've seen. Anybody with any sense would have seen that Pravin was beaten to death. And just as the attorney for the family had mentioned, the reason he couldn't get out of those woods was simple. He was unconscious. Pravin was a cross-country runner. I'm old, but I was an athlete too. And there's no way I would have froze to death in those woods. Not if I was coherent and conscious. I was in those woods 2 nights ago in the dark at 11 o'clock at night, walking around. I went all the way back to where the police claim they found his body. I don't believe he was found back there. Not one bit. I walked all the way back there. But even as far back as I went where they claim they found him, you can hear cars on 13. You could see the lights of the cars as they drive by. You could see the lights in the distance of the Buffalo Wings and the hotels. Not that hard to walk through, even at night. I did it, and I came out. I've got no bruises on me. I went out there yesterday in the daytime, and I traversed all of that. I spent an hour and a half in those woods. And they're not going to convince me that Pravin Varghese ran into the woods that far back. When you look at the video where Bethune comes up from the side of the road, he comes from the rear of the police car as he crosses the front of it. The tape recording they provided this family has no audio. The excuse they give, well, sometimes the audio fails. But one of the local newscasts here publicized the news video, a short segment of that video. I was listening to it, headphones on, and I heard a car and saw a car drive right by that police car. They must have forgot to eliminate that part of the audio. Now you have to ask yourself, well, if there's a car driving by and I can hear it, why do I not hear Bethune and the trooper talking? They were side by side next to the car when that car drove by, because a second later, you see Bethune walking out in front of the police car. So were they silent the whole time? Of course not. They tampered with evidence. You have 2 agencies. I sat with the police chief yesterday, Ira and I, your new one over here in Carbondale, who denies being told that the family was shown 3 different locations where the body was found. Denied it. I don't call lovely Varghese a liar. I see no reason for her to lie to me, or any of her family members, or her investigator who was shown a different spot before we got involved. So what does that tell you? This chief of police won't even look in the eye. This is what you have going on in Carbondale, but you also have this going on all over the United States. We have 160 cases, and the same kind of misconduct in all of them that we've so far reviewed, which are over 30 that we've reviewed. And the same goes for Molly Young's case. All this testimony that no one's heard, no one's questioned anybody. I've called people, Ira's called people. We went and interviewed people personally the other day that were never talked to by the police in all these cases, yet they want to say they conduct thorough investigations. We've been here 2 days and we've done more of an investigation in 2 days. It really is. The disgusting. We took an oath, we both retired, but we're still doing the same job. We're doing it for free. We're not charging these families to come up here and do this. These police chiefs, these state attorneys are making a lot of money, and they've got a lot to lose when they lose your confidence. When you don't vote them back into office or get appointed back into an office, they lose a big paycheck. Just remember that when you go to the voting booth. Thank you for your time, and I really hope we can get some justice for the family.
Thank you. It looks now like we are in an open forum section of our meeting. I would ask you to honor the time commitments of the family. Keep your questions short, and if you don't mind, would you, if you have a question, would you clearly enunciate your name so that we can know who you are? Okay. Go ahead, Stan.
Judy K. Cunningham, registered nurse. I'd like to ask Mr. Stedman if he ever thought of using the RICO standard, the federal RICO conspiracy law that would allow everyone involved in the conspiracy equal responsibility for it.
I think the answer to your question was put most admirably by these gentlemen who indicated that the district attorney of the Southern District and Michael Carr are friendly. It's the district attorney that would begin an investigation under the statute that you suggest. That has not happened. It may happen. I don't know. Is that your answer?